like Eric is saying, you don't take your car for regular service. At some point, the car will need service, and the signs have to show. So for me, that's what happened. The home space just got more difficult. I was not able to keep it together, because I was very good at just not necessarily acting like nothing was happening, but I was able to. I think I perfected separation.
Talking to chat, for me, I think it's something I've also clocked.
Elaborate? Like as a therapist,
as a therapist, as a friend, as a people.
By the way.
Yeah. And I'm not saying it's a bad thing because we've not explored it enough.
Okay.
I'm still curious to see how that develops.
Yeah.
But I'm curious about it because, sometimes I'm afraid. This is my fear that we'll start to put the expectations, like we'll start expecting ChatGPT kind of responses.
The financial jump it's quite significant, and it definitely is more than yours. So now the thing that us guys start feeling is, damn, will I is this marriage done? Or man, will we survive? Because now you start feeling like you've been emasculated.
Of course, it's a way that needs to be corrected for their own benefit as much as yours. So also now looking at, first of all, what effect is also this thing taking on them? Because this guy, he's the number of girls who will be comfortable around him, it will decline if you don't do anything about it. True. He will notice. He will feel it.
He will,
and he might go into that bad behavior, bad binge drinking, even more severely.
I think if you've not unlocked certain things by a certain age, then society tells you you're a failure. And then we don't know how to deal with that failure.
Okay. Wow, that's many layers. Hi guys, welcome back to A Dose of Health, the podcast where I give you not too much, not too little, but just enough information to make you make an informed decision about your health. My name is Dr. Hope, and today I have two lovely guests on set because it's November, and we know in November it's all about the men. So I'll let you guys introduce yourselves however you see fit. The floor is yours.
So hi guys, my name is Edgar Odhiambo. I am a farmer and a podcaster.
Even I'm learning.
My name is Mwangi Nderitu. I'm a psychotherapist. I'm based in Nairobi, Kenya. I'm happy to be here.
Do you still DJ?
Now they know. Yes, I'm also a professional DJ. I'm not going to talk about that today.
Okay.
So if you just happen to see someone who looks like me on a stage, on some decks, it's probably me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Lovely having you guys here.
Thank you.
I like having men as well because it's one of the things I can't relate to. So it's nice to have that different perspective. I've had so many women and I'm just like, I relate. But these conversations are really interesting for me because as Edgar was telling me earlier on, it's nice to approach it with a curious mind to get to understand like what it is from your perspective. Okay, so now before we get to the episode itself, a journey to Inside Out. Where are you mentally or emotionally right now as you speak? And don't overthink it, just say.
I'm in between.
Okay.
So I think in the introduction I said I'm a farmer.
Yes.
So I just started planting.
Okay.
Maybe 2-3 days ago. The difficulty, there's a lot of difficulty I'm having with water at the moment. And then, so you have a plan. You go in, start the day with your plan. And then when you get on site, everything changes. Like one conversation changes everything. So I've had a lot of things come my way in the last, let's say, 2 weeks that have thrown me off mentally because I've worked so hard on this project. It's the first time I'm doing, commercial farming.
What do you grow?
I'm growing herbs, so thyme, oregano, and rosemary.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so that is the thing that's actually just occupying a lot of my mental space. Yeah, but other than that, I'm okay.
Love it.
Yeah.
I have had my fair share with farming.
Yes.
Woo! I can say tough one.
Thank you.
Tough one.
It is, it's not for the faint-hearted.
That's
but,
true.
hey,
That's true. But when it works,
yeah.
it really works. And
It does.
That's basically everything. But if farming, be prepared.
I'm ready, man. I'm ready.
Yeah.
At least we have a pool of farmers who are doing this together. So, and they're all nearby. So,
that's nice.
Yeah, I'll draw support from them as much as possible.
Lovely. We'll use that word support today. Mwangi, over to you.
So, and I'd love to ask you how you're doing emotionally, by the way.
Nice.
Don't put me on the spot.
I mean, I ask questions too in my line of work.
Yeah.
So Yeah.
Don't therapize me.
No, we're podcasting today. We're podcasting.
Okay.
So for me, emotionally, I can honestly say, okay, first of all, I'm new to coffee. I said taking coffee like a few weeks ago. I think out of necessity. I've been having a lot of fatigue, especially in the middle of the day. So right now I'm feeling a bit like, let's go. I can feel my heart
You said
racing
out
a
of
bit more.
necessity.
Yeah, I've been feeling fatigue at some point in the day.
So coffee is the solution.
It's a coping mechanism.
Okay. We'll also talk about that today.
But that being said, yeah, so
Yeah.
I can feel the effect of the coffee
Yeah.
right now.
Okay.
Which isn't so bad because this podcast also has a lot of energy.
Yes.
But generally, I'm doing good. Like I'm feeling good.
Okay.
Things are. Yeah, I'm happy. I'm
I
happy.
like that. Okay. Thank you want to ask me the question?
Of course. How are you doing?
How are you
Inside
doing,
out,
Dr. Ho?
emotionally,
Mentally.
Yeah.
I think I'm actually excited. Why? Because we've been talking about the topic even just before we started filming, and the takes I'm hearing are so interesting. So not interesting in a bad way, like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
So I'm really excited to hear your different. That's a monkey. You know that's a monkey.
Wow.
It's good.
That's good. We roll with it.
We roll with the
We roll
punches.
with the punches. man.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm so interested and excited to hear what you have to say from your perspective, but also from your lived experiences. I like drawing from lived experiences. Yeah. So I'm excited.
Excited.
I'm excited. Yeah.
Let's go.
And I need to do a bit of as a woman.
So can we
Can
also
you as a
just-
man?
as we can I like that as a man, as a woman thing,
Yeah.
but can we also just be as humans?
Yes.
Like,
As human beings, yes.
yeah, let's find our points of similarity or commonalities kidogo. Like
I like that.
let's
meet
not
each other in the
emphasize our
middle.
differences
Yeah.
so much because we're more like also.
Then we are different.
We are different.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, we can.
Please.
Yeah. Hopefully, we'll find those areas of.
Me, I'm as a human. Let me be as a human.
Okay.
Yeah, as a
okay.
woman, as a man, as a human.
Sour.
Thank you.
All right. Now we also have a contributor from the sidelines. He didn't want to be on camera. He's mic'd up, and he'll also be sharing. But before now we start again. I usually do medical jargon. So is there any medical term or topic or thematic area that you've not been understanding or you'd like to understand more? It can be a word.
Hey, Mwangi, start.
Or if you want to debunk it yourself.
Me, by the
Yeah.
I'll be honest. I may be the first guest who doesn't debunk any jargon because I don't use jargon.
Okay.
I don't like jargon. I like to keep things as simple as possible,
Okay.
like in all aspects of life. So yeah,
I like that.
let's just see what comes up and what we'll debunk along the
way.
podcast.
Okay.
I
Okay.
think it's nice to meet people who are you're similar to. So
Oh, you're finding
I'm
similarity.
right there with you.
Okay,
Yeah. I like
okay.
to keep things simple.
I also do, but I just in my line of work, there's just a lot of explaining you need to do.
Yes,
But because you've said that, the two of you,
Yeah.
if the jargon comes up, we'll explain
We'll
along
try
the way.
simplify.
Sindio?
Yeah.
Okay. So now let me just set the tone for this episode. So this is November. It's Men's Health Awareness Month, and it's Movember, No Shave November. You know all those hashtags. But we wanted to just have men on set to discuss something that I think needs more spotlight, more attention, and that's men's mental health. Now, men's health is not just about mental health. Do you know the other key areas that we highlight in November in relation to men's health?
I think sexual health.
Okay, yeah, sexual health.
Yeah, that's all I know actually.
Okay.
Mental health, sexual health.
No Shave November?
Isn't that just like
It's related, I think, to the mental health.
okay? But I thought it's connected to the whole like raising awareness. Say people wear pink bracelets for
Yeah,
cancer.
yeah.
Men wear their beards for.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. It is for awareness, but it's mostly for prostate cancer and testicular cancer.
Yes.
Yeah. But now, after a while now, men's health in general has become the overall conversation. Yeah.
You said prostate and testicular.
And testicular.
We're not so off the sexual health. Eh?
You sexual reproductive. You add the reproductive, yes.
Hey, sexual and reproductive health.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, we just want to talk about mental health, your experiences with it, your perspective on mental health, and just see if you can help someone out there, a man who maybe is struggling or has been needing to hear this particular topic. So right off the bat, what is your experience or your perspective? Let's use perspective first of mental health. As Edgar, as Mwangi,
Yeah.
as Eric back there.
As Eric.
Yeah, what's your perspective of mental health?
In my view, it's something that's it's right. It's with us.
Okay.
It exists. It's real, and it's impacting very many men and women. But I mean, this conversation, I think we're targeting a lot of mostly men. Yeah. So there's a lot of men who are impacted by mental health for various reasons.
Yeah.
I think mine is drawn more from childhood trauma for a long time.
Okay.
You know, since I think I was 10. So I started quite early on, and just because of the home space.
Okay.
Yeah. So before, I didn't know what that was about. You know, the home space was just what it was. I thought it was normal.
Yeah.
And then now when I get into therapy much later, in my 20s, is when I realized that, hey man, this is not normal.
Yeah.
You know, this is not normal. There's actually something really wrong. I'm impacted. And it was now clear. I was, exhibiting some physical symptoms as well. So now I get into therapy and I start labeling what these things are. And I'm like, oh, wow, this. And then the more I started sharing my story, I realized also I wasn't alone.
Yeah.
There are many other people who are facing similar stuff, some a bit more extreme, some a little less, but generally the theme was that we're all affected.
Yeah.
So what's this thing? It's mental health, you know? So yeah, for me, I've just been advocating for better mental wellness
Okay.
for all.
I love that.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Was your situation similar, Mwangi?
For me, not really. I can't say like I've had issues like with my mental health in different seasons of life. I can't say that I had like a traumatic childhood or things like that. But you have moments where you're like, wow, my mental is in the pits. But I don't know, I was a bit fortunate for me that I was also exposed to the power of the mind, like from a young age. And not
That's
from
why you're a therapist.
I just stumbled my way here, and yeah, I'm happy to be here. And I feel like I belong.
You do.
But that being said, so for me, my exposure to the mind and the impact of the mind, both positive and negative, came at a very young age.
Okay.
So as much as I experience difficulties in my mental health in different seasons of life, I'm able to at least the things I am aware of and I'm able to remember during those seasons that even if it sucks, I'm able to still push through until the next season when it sucks maybe a bit less.
Okay.
So that's my experience. So yeah, even this year I've had challenges in my mental health. It's like, yeah, we always experience these things depending on what you're going through in life.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's part of health. It's part of life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, can you pinpoint something that contributed to you becoming so aware of, how did you reference it?
It's the power of the mind.
The power of the mind, yeah. In your childhood.
Okay, earliest memory, I watched The Secret when I guess our parents were watching it, and it was talking about manifestation and all that, but it was so abstract to me at the time. I was just like, if I can think of this thing, it will appear.
Yeah.
So then I reading more books. So actually, I'll say in high school, I wasn't a top student. I was actually a bottom student, and I didn't mind it actually.
Yeah.
I actually appreciate that I experienced failure at a very early stage in my life.
Okay.
Because it's prepared me now for more failure in life. But that being said, I was reading books. So like in my final year, the book I was reading more than even my academic books was these my self-help books.
Yeah.
And it was talking about just like how you can shift your perspective, your blah blah blah, just self-help content.
Yeah.
And by practicing those things, not completely or perfectly or anything, but just by practicing different things, trying different things out, that year, like I managed to join like school teams, which I never managed to do because of grades. I finished with like a good grade, like top of our year. And
Wow.
yeah, exactly. From being a bottom student, so it affirmed to me like, hey man, so there's actually like a lot that can happen based on just how we think of things, see things. Yeah, so since then, it's something I've carried with me like in different phases of my life. Yeah.
That's so interesting. I think earlier on in the year we had a therapist as well. She's called Ruby, and she was talking about not just 844 in general and how it's so performance based. And you've talked about being not a top student. And I remember if you're not a top student, how that was used against you a lot. You'll be a failure. You won't amount to anything. But they weren't teaching us that the power of the mind for real if you set yourself to do something and you're convinced and you're so sure about it, you really can achieve that thing. So honestly, kudos to you, because wow, me, I wish I knew that earlier. There's something you knew
Thank
that
my
you didn't
parents.
tell us. You
Hey,
didn't tell us
I
as
didn't
we were
even- I
there.
didn't even know you.
You're there, then you come out, you've done well, and then now you realize that in the world you need to be street smart.
You know?
Like it's not only books and academia that will take you like the farthest. You also need to combine that with street smart.
Yeah.
So your parents really set you up for greatness. Shout out
Thank you,
to
Mom.
them.
Thank you, Dad.
Shout out to them. Eric.
Yeah.
Eric behind there. What's your perspective on mental health?
I think mental health is just as important as physical health. And we neglect that because there's a stigma attached to it. So people don't want to put in the effort to take care of their mental health because they think that's just something you do when you're, for lack of a better way of putting it, but a very Kenyan way, there's something wrong with your head.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That makes sense.
Can I add something to what you just said?
Yeah.
But it's I see that a lot of parallels in terms of like with physical health, and you can also contribute on this.
Yeah.
But people only care about eating right or doing exercise or sleeping well when they're in the pits.
Yes.
It's not something that people are proactive about.
Exactly.
It's more
When you're in
reactive.
crisis.
Yeah.
Yeah. So even mental health, like you just said, it's more we take it as a reactive thing rather than as a continuous
Yeah.
life
I think
thing.
in your medical terms, you'd say we are more curative than
Yes.
preventive.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like-
Actually, that's what I was going to say.
I like thinking about it like with cars.
Yeah.
You don't take the car to the garage when it's broken down. You go
Yes.
for regular service.
Yes. Yeah.
If you don't go for regular service, you will take it when it's
Oh, for
broken
sure.
down.
And it'll be more expensive.
And it will be more expensive.
Yeah. So even in the health space, that's what we're trying to change, to focus more on the preventive aspect. Yes. Because one, it's cheaper and it'll serve you longer if you think about it.
Facts.
Yeah.
Facts.
So I like what I'm seeing, especially this year. I don't know if I'm the one who's noticed it, but even just in my immediate circle, people are a bit more intentional about like if it's eating right, if it's working out. And working out doesn't mean you go to the gym and you're there for 10 hours. Even just the smallest bit of effort that you're putting in, you're a bit more intentional about it, about therapy, about mindfulness. So for me, I would hope this continues.
Oh yes,
And
yes.
it's not a phase.
Yeah.
Like
Please.
when Nini started, what was this thing? That car app. That everyone was
Like
running.
walk.
Step up.
Step up.
When that thing
caught-
started.
that thing caught like wildfire.
Yeah. And I was hoping we can maintain the tempo like until the end. So okay, not everyone has maintained, but I'm still happy to see the consistency. Even in like the running clubs that are coming up. I'm just like, oh my goodness, yes. Can we do more of this? And now extending to the mental health space, can we also now have things that now feed into your mental health that you can use as service for the mind instead of just like a treatment or like a fixture. Yeah. And I think you've mentioned something about what was it? Gosh, I've forgotten. I'll remember and then we'll get back to it. But now, next thing, have you guys had your experiences with mental health downs? I know ups everyone has, like when it's good, it's good. But the lows, have you had experiences with lows in mental health?
Yeah, man. I've had low lows.
Okay.
Yeah, I've had low lows. I think just the effects of the growing up in a very difficult home space.
Yeah.
Eventually now just getting to me. So previously I was this guy who I was trying to help everyone around me. Then people usually tell you, help yourself.
Yeah.
But now, if you're not even nurtured into knowing how to help yourself, then you don't. So just like Eric is saying, you don't take your car for regular service. At some point, the car will need service, and the signs that will show. So for me, that's what happened. The home space just got more difficult. I was not able to keep it together, because I was very good at just not necessarily acting like nothing was happening, but I was able to. I think I perfected suppression.
Okay.
Because again, I was not taught how to express. So the thing you do is you just suppress and you move on. Yeah. So taking care of guys could be, when you're going out, for example. That would be a good example for me. When I'd go out with guys, I'm always the guy, are you okay? Are you okay? You need to get home. I'll take you home.
Yeah.
I'm always there for my friends in whatever season of life they're going through. But now I didn't know how to turn that inward and say, hey, I need help. I'm going through this, that, or the other, because it was not I think expression of self at home was made to feel like it was a bad thing. So don't tell people outside the home space what is going on, because you can't trust anyone. They'll use it against you.
Yeah.
This is our family. No one else is part of this family. This is ours. So you have to keep this thing neat and tidy.
Yeah.
So I'm like, fine, even if you have to keep it neat and tidy, but then within, then let's fix it. Let's then fix it.
Yeah, it's not neat and tidy.
Yeah. So the laws of laws got to points of deep depression and a lot of anxiety.
Okay.
Yeah. So that, I think there was a stint where it was on and off for 2 years.
Okay.
Yeah. So 2 years, you're not productive. You have a workspace that you need to deliver at. Trying your best. And I think signs that were showing were things like I drive to work and I can't remember how I got to work. And I'm completely sober. So it's just autopilot, this subconscious mind thing.
Yeah.
So because, you know the route that you take. This thing that guys talk about when you're from a night of drinking. The car knows its way home. And the thing is, it knows its way home, but it's your subconscious mind that got you there.
Yeah. Yeah.
So the times I couldn't remember how I got to work, I couldn't remember parts of the day. And then waking up in the morning with this heavy feeling in my chest. Tight feeling in my chest, the sadness. I love working out. I can't work out anymore. I love music, not listen to music anymore. I'm meant to meet friends for whatever hangout. I'm just like, nah, let me withdraw. So now later on, of course, now getting into therapies when I started learning, this is anxiety, this is depression. And then now along the way, I started trying to figure out how did I land there?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, before you move on, you've touched about something that we're having a conversation about earlier. It's about vulnerability.
Yeah.
And I know in many African settings, we haven't been cultured to be vulnerable. So something as simple as expressing yourself, I struggle with expressing myself, especially when you feel like things are not going well.
Yes.
When things are going well, oh my God, I'll volunteer. What do you want to hear? I will volunteer the information.
Yeah.
But when you're not so, you're like, let me just keep it, hoping it'll change.
Yes.
And once it's changed, then I'll come back.
Yes.
So for you guys as men, as individuals, how comfortable or uncomfortable do you feel about vulnerability? And are you very particular in who you're vulnerable to?
Let me take this one.
Yeah, let's start with you.
How comfortable am I with vulnerability?
Yeah.
And so for me, I'd say it's I think just like you, it's difficult to share difficult things.
Yes.
But I've learned to become comfortable with vulnerability. And for me, I'm very selective with who I'm vulnerable with, actually. Not just vulnerable, and even I'm just selective with who I open up to, whether it's positive or negative, actually, because we are in a space where we have a lot of connections, but what's the meaning, like what's the essence of those connections? What are they for? So I'm very intentional with who I share everything with. And for me, as you were saying earlier, there's this thing called Snapchat.
Oh, sorry. You're talking to us like we're SG.
So for me, like the people on my Snap streaks, those people have a full picture of my life. They know I'm here right now, and they know what we're talking about. Like I'm very expressive with my Snap community, my close friends, my family, but that's as far as it goes, because those are the people who I also have space for, because I also don't have space for everybody, including my clients now, so I need to have some space for my clients and for my close people. So I share with my close people, my therapist as well, and then that's pretty much.
Okay. Do you feel like it's something you've built over time, or you've always been able to do that?
It's something that's come with practice.
Okay.
And it's come with practice and being surrounded by people who are safe for me. So fortunately for me, the instances where my vulnerability has been used against me are very few.
Okay.
Because I think I'm surrounded by amazing people.
Yeah.
Yeah. So fortunately, I've been blessed like that.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
That's really nice.
Okay.
Yeah.
Before we go to Edgar, wait, Eric, what about you, Eric?
Very similar to what he said.
Okay.
Took a while to learn how to be vulnerable. Also, like Edgar, I knew how to show up for people, but I didn't know how to show up for myself, and I didn't know how to ask people to show up for me. And so my first few instances of being vulnerable, I did not find safety.
Okay.
And so I had to be a bit more discerning about where I can be vulnerable and where I cannot. And so I have learned my friendships, there are those that they're cool, they're vibes, but then that's where it stops.
That's about it.
There are some where I know if I am going through something in the middle of the night and I call this person, they will pick up and they will be there for me. And they will never use that against me if we ever fell out or if we were ever going through a difficult period in our friendship. And so for me, that's what I have had to learn over time, to be discerning about where I can be vulnerable, but not to shy away from being vulnerable. Yeah.
Now, question about having your vulnerability used against you, because you mentioned it happened once. Okay, it's happened. Maybe
it's
a
happened.
couple of times.
Yeah.
So my two questions are, for us as girls, we are a bit more open in terms of sharing that I didn't appreciate that, things like that. Did you express to that person that maybe you didn't appreciate that?
That's something I learned later.
Okay.
But I can remember a distinct situation where I expressed that, and it was almost rubbished.
Okay.
Because I think I had gotten to the point where I didn't know how to stand my ground. And so me trying to stand my ground now after I've been disrespected is
Okay. Makes sense. What about for you, Ed?
First of all, before I start responding, I think, again, it's just beautiful to be in a space where
I'm so happy.
you see similarities.
Yes.
Like you're like, oh, I've done that, I've been here before. So it makes now this conversation a lot easier to even like sort of chime into. So for me, vulnerability, I think I learned in a very weird way. I learned vulnerability from my mom.
Okay.
The weirdness of it is through, now I'll use a term that will be benefit Mwangi.
Okay.
Triangulation.
Wow.
That's how I
Big
got
word.
it.
Big word.
No, man.
Okay. What's triangulation?
Basically,
Yeah, what's
layman's terms
triangulation?
is so the difficult space at home was between my parents.
Okay.
And then I was brought into it, right? By virtue of me being told the happenings of, like, let's say, for example, the marriage, right? And now my mom was very vulnerable about what experiences she was having. So now for me, unfortunately, whenever I tried to be vulnerable in return about my own stuff, now in hindsight, I realized she didn't have space for it. She already had, her plate was full, she was already clouded with so much. So by the time I'm coming into mine, she'd always respond to my vulnerability with her situation or her experiences.
Okay.
So you can maybe look at that as, unfortunately, it wasn't too safe to express myself with her. Because again, I'm her child growing up. I'm not happier. I wasn't happier, rather, right? Still aren't anyway. So it was difficult to share. So I then now perfected, let me be the sponge. I'll just take in. And then for me, whenever I go through anything, I keep quiet. Then later on, start learning, okay, this stuff that I'm going through needs an outlet. Now I'm like, okay, so what do I do? So it's looking for these safe spaces. So there are some friends who provided those safe spaces, even if they didn't have the answers to some of these things that I was going through, but they were empathetic.
Yeah.
They tried their best to understand. They were present for me. And then there are others who, again, now I realize in hindsight, they didn't understand. So the responses I'd get were like, man, Edgar, this is too much. This is a lot.
Yeah.
So that also was very easy to then, when I picked that up, it was very easy to then go back to suppression.
Yeah.
Climbing up and saying, you know what, let me go to my corner and not share anything. Because I'm like, man, it's a lot for them.
Yeah.
But then now I didn't have the language to, the thing Eric is saying, I didn't have the language to say, hey, if you're saying it's a lot, now imagine me who's going through it. And again, I'm not saying the world stops because I'm going through this big thing, but what was the best way to be your own agent and say, hey, Mwangi, hope I'm going through so much right now and I don't know what to do. Just that. I didn't even know how to do that. So then people pleasing came in. So it's now be there for. So, but I was doing it because maybe if I'm there for any of you or all of you, then you realize, man, this guy is a good guy. Let's now also ask him how he's doing. And then I'll get someone on my side, or I'll get people out of 5. If I can get 2 or 1, man, I've won.
Okay.
So sometimes I got, sometimes I didn't. But see, the means that I used were not like the best, but I didn't know any other way because I didn't have language to use and say, hey, I'm looking for support.
Yeah.
Whether I know the kind of support I'm looking for or I don't, but I'm just looking for support. Or I'm looking for someone to listen to me for at least 10 minutes so I can just get some stuff out. But it was so weird because I was so good at for no, like now receiving from others. Oh, I'm like, do you need an hour? You need 5. I'm cancelling my day and I do that at night. So the people pleasing would get to those extents.
Wow.
Yeah, but now it's changed. Now
Yeah.
it's changed definitely for the better. There's still stuff that is in practice, but I'm not where I was before. Now I can say, hey, I'm looking for a listening ear. Hey, I'm looking for a solution. Or I'm like, I don't want the solution now. I just want to get it out.
Okay.
You know, and then now judging the other person's threshold, because now it's also my responsibility to ask, are you in a position to receive?
Yes.
And if they are, we go ahead. If they aren't, at least we acknowledge that something is up. So what do we do to manage until the time they're able?
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, self-awareness. Wow. Now, Mwangi, this is now moving on to your experience and your expertise as a psychotherapist. Is this something you're seeing a lot, not only in men, in people today, where we're not able to verbalize how we're feeling, or we don't feel like we have enough safe spaces in your practice? Is this something you're seeing?
I wouldn't say, okay, it's something I'm seeing. Actually, it is something I'm seeing.
Yeah.
But it's been like that all through. It's not that we had these safe spaces
Before.
back in the day. You get, now we're just aware that, oh, we've been lacking this and we're in need of this. But again, I've only lived a certain period of time, and I've only had, my expertise is only, it's limited by that.
Yeah.
I don't know how like our grandparents and even I like to think even like how the pre-colonial people do it, because we come from somewhere up to where we are at this point, and we can't dismiss all of that that's gone through. Like what did our grandparents go through, our parents go through, that also created this culture among us of suppression, of lack of safety and that kind of thing. Because again, if these are things that are modeled to us as kids, we're learning them from our parents. Who did they learn from their parents? So it's at least now these things are coming to light. So that's my joy, and that people are becoming more intentional about creating these spaces. Just being open to each other now more than usual, finding language to express certain things. So for me, I'd say we've been in the dark, but now we're coming to the light. So it's a positive thing that I'm seeing and experiencing. People talking to each other more, giving each other more time, more space, with intention. That intentionality especially. It's not like in passing, like, I was just on the phone with this guy for 2 hours. Now, like, it's like, do you have time to talk? When is a good time to talk? Okay, they call at this time, and it's a very intentional conversation that's had. And things work out.
Okay.
So I'm happy with what I'm seeing currently. But we still have a way to go, for sure.
Okay. And in what you're saying, do you feel like men have been left behind slightly when it comes to such conversations? And because I know for women, you all tell us we're emotional and all these things, but I think we're just better at forming community and just opening up. So do you feel that even just from your experience that you're seeing more men being able to, one, form community and also be safe in those communities?
It's 50-50.
It's 50-50.
In my generation, I'm older. Older than I look, but still young enough. But among like my peers, I'm seeing there's more of that. People intentionally looking for community around common interests, healthy interests, looking for community around shared values. I'm seeing that a lot among the older generation. I don't interact with young people as much, but I do know there's a trend, especially because of things like technology, upbringing. So for us who grew up like playing with each other outside and stuff, it's easier, I think, for us to go back to community and to find it and create that for ourselves. But for people who didn't grow up, who grew up more isolated, more indoors, video games, online, that kind of thing. I'm curious about how community looks like for them, because not to say that they don't have community, maybe they have thriving online communities, but I'm still not sure how that looks like, what it feels like, and good and bad sides of it, because even community had its good and bad. It's
Yeah.
community is just this wonderful thing.
Yeah.
You have bad influences
Yeah.
in community.
Yeah.
So it's like, I'm just curious to see how community is transforming in this time that we are in, because we're in different times.
We really are. We really are.
Yeah.
Now, this is a question for the men, because you are men.
Yeah.
Society has its pressures, and I know these days you talk about like a shift in roles, gender roles, but I think there's still societal pressures that we experience. Now, as men, what are some of the societal pressures you experience, and how do you navigate that situation? Because I know things like finances and things like maybe like just assets what people have, and now social media is bringing that into the light, like it's in your face like this. Like, how do you navigate around that? Because we know, even just from experience, that's one of the biggest contributors to negative mental health.
Yes.
Can I add to that?
Yeah.
I think also as the men here, I think we're also different.
Yes.
We're not just men.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Men with different personalities.
Yeah, I see you have a ring on your finger. I don't know if you're married.
Oh, okay.
It's just, it only fits here.
Like, are there
Okay.
fathers?
Yeah, don't fit here.
Any of us fathers, husbands?
There's no
first
one
of
here
all?
who's married.
So we're all single.
Yeah, but you're aspiring
men.
to be married, so maybe you can use that perspective.
Okay, just wanted to check, because the
If
roles
you
of
are.
a father might be different than
We had an
my roles.
episode with fathers for Father's Day, and they shared some perspectives.
Okay.
Yeah, so
nice.
maybe I'll
As-
share
as-
that. You can go and watch that episode and maybe see if
Link it.
I'll
to
link
this
it.
one.
Yeah, actually, yeah, I'll link it.
Yeah.
So, like from today, maybe you can talk as non-married men.
Just from our experience.
Yeah, from your experience.
In
Yeah,
the streets.
in the streets. Yeah, by the way, that's also.
So yeah, I guess anyone can take it. I
Yeah.
just had to clear
Who
something.
wants to go first? Edgar.
Okay. So I'm me, I'm not in the streets.
Yeah.
Non-societal pressures. No,
Societal pressures, yes.
Sorry. I think one is just, in these times, there's the pressure of, having a thriving career, thriving business, being able to provide. And provision, again, is full scale, man.
Yeah.
If you listen to it's in the dating space, it's things like, being able to, one, have your house, and a house that looks good, welcoming for the person who's coming in so that they're comfortable when they come. Being able to take someone on dates, be able to buy gifts, add the social media stuff you're saying. Like, for example, if it's someone's birthday, then it's social media has a thing where now it has to be big, plush, expensive. With many things in it. Those are details that we can talk about sidebar. But so it's now when so for example, if it's just that, like let's say it's your partner's birthday that's coming up, and now you have the pressure of, do you have the money to make up this very big thing? Because what social media and society tells you is that when it's big, plush, flashy, then it's like a show of love, yeah. So it's not the truth. It's just what is
a narrative.
It's a narrative that is thrown in our faces on social media a lot, so you find now as guys, I think another societal pressure is the finance one.
Yeah.
Recently, I know maybe not too recent, but over time, women are now out earning men. It's just a fact, right? Now, there's some people who are caught in that scenario when they're already married and 2 kids in. And, your wife one day comes and tells you, hey, I got a promotion. And that, the financial jump it's quite significant, and it definitely is more than yours. So now the thing that us guys start feeling is, damn, is this marriage done? Or, man, will we survive? Because now you start feeling like you've been emasculated. Because again, society tells you that you should be the one.
Yeah.
Either if you're not earning almost equivalent to, you should be earning more than. But the new norm now is that there's also this other side.
Yeah.
And you know what? We have to find a way to deal with it. Not necessarily now start competing with your partner.
Yeah.
So these societal pressures are then I think men to men, there's this guy Mwangi brought a big car, so I'm like, damn, man. I start looking at your life, you're like, wow, I mean, this other car I have versus his.
Yeah.
Will I be able to sit on the same table as Mwangi? You know, and I also now feel that inferiority to him. And if I don't have language, I don't know how to tell him. You know, so I don't know whether he cares or doesn't care. I mean, his journey is his.
Yeah.
He could have just been the right place at the right time, and he got some good money and he bought the car. He could be doing other things and decided to buy the car. But me, I'm seeing it as, man, me, I'm a failure. And then the age thing.
Yeah.
I think if you've not unlocked certain things by a certain age, then society tells you you're a failure. You know, and then we don't know how to deal with that failure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow, that's many layers.
Yeah.
Deep, man.
Yeah, that's many layers.
But I can relate on many levels.
Yeah.
It's something that I also experience. And I think it's interesting because like society, we're in a capitalist society that encourages consumerism. So everything is going to push you in that direction because it's just what we see all around us.
Yeah.
So yeah, I feel the pressure myself currently. I'm feeling the pressure. But now how do we also I'd ask you, like, how do you navigate it? Like, what you're feeling?
Yeah. Like coping, how
when
you
you go
coping?
through that.
Way. First, you say way, I understand. You have to say that
1,000
a
ways.
1,000 ways.
Yeah.
Now, how to deal? I've been trying to find the thing you're saying, community. Community that I can have these conversations with.
Yeah.
And then trying to communicate better. So previously, I think back in the day, I used to, if the pressure is a lot and I feel like I'm not able to keep up, or I don't think I'm going to fit in, so I shut down.
What does shut down mean?
I retreat into self.
Okay.
To sort of try and figure out a solution.
You're like, I'll come back when
come
things
back.
I know that. Yeah.
And weirdly enough, I got that from my father. Because he's always done that.
Okay.
Like him, he retreats.
Yeah.
You can't even, like, you can't reach him because he's in like, I need to figure this out. So he goes into his cocoon and he tries to figure it out. But sometimes, you know, as I say, time waits for no man. Life, it's just rolling, man.
Yeah.
It's rolling. So what I've been trying to learn over time is to then find the community that I can express this to. Because funny enough, you find that when you talk to 2-3 people, there are hints of answers that come from all of them. So I may not necessarily like depend on that one person for all my answers. But first is just, am I able to just express? So the navigation is, for example, something I'm currently navigating, like for example, with whoever I'm with, is financial. For example, if it's like a financial thing that I'm not able to, I can't afford at the moment.
Yeah.
I've now been learning the language to say, hey, I know this thing is coming up. It needs some financial provision. And at this point in time, I am not able to meet it 100%.
Okay.
Her reception of something I've been practicing in the beginning was uncomfortable because you have to have the answer. It's what society tells you.
Yeah.
So I've been learning to say, hey, I'm not able to meet this. What I'm able to do is this. So if it's 0, it's 0.
Yeah.
If it is 10%, 20%, it's that. I'm lucky, and I don't take that for granted, that her reception of these difficult conversations has been received with a lot of grace and kindness.
Okay.
But she says, okay, thanks for letting me know. Then now she could come in with, okay, I think I can do this. Or do we push it forward? And once that conversation happens, now I breathe that sigh of relief. But before I kept feeling this pressure of I have to have the answer. And if I don't have the answer, then it equates to me not being a good partner.
Yeah.
And even with friends, I've been doing the same thing. Now navigation looks like, let's sit, let's have a conversation. So whether it's we meet in person, whether we talk on the phone, but it's like, hey, this is what it looks like on my end.
Yeah.
The mental math it involves, the emotional side it involves, I lay it all out there. And then now I leave it to them to then respond, and then we figure it out from there. But this is a thing I can't say I'm perfect at. I will not lie. I'm still learning a lot about to date.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. seems like you're putting in the work. You have put in and you're putting in the work.
Thanks.
Wow.
Thanks.
Wow. Eric, you've been too silent behind there.
I'd like to hear from you.
Yeah, what's your take?
Pressure.
Societal pressures and how
Societal
you respond to
pressure.
them. Yeah.
I think an interesting thing for me is that my life fell apart very early. So a lot of the expectations that were put on me were thrown away.
Okay.
Because like he's already we've lost him.
We've lost him.
We've lost him.
Oh yeah, man.
I think to echo what Edgar has spoken about, communication for me has always been a good solution to certain things, because I think also a lot of the time the pressure we are feeling, no one has actually put it on you.
No.
It's you think that is what they expect of you. And even with the older our parents' generation, I found that lately the conversation about married and children has become a lot more open. Like now we can talk to each other instead of them talking at us and telling us. And so I remember having a very interesting conversation a few weeks ago with some family members where the young ones spoke about the things we were afraid of. And then the older one said, yeah, I have a friend whose son went through exactly that. So it wasn't, oh, you shouldn't be afraid, just do it. It's, I understand where you're coming from. The thing about things, I've just learned, come up with your plan and stick to it. If I want to drive a car that I've seen someone else with, I sit down and ask myself, do I want it? Yes. And then I come up with a plan for how to get it. I don't get it because they have it. I get it because I want it. And that now has also removed certain people from my life who are there because of the things I have and not because of who I am. And that pressure has also been removed because I'm not scared to lose people who are here for the wrong reasons.
Wow. Wow.
You called us. We are here.
You wanted me on mic.
Shown up.
You wanted me on mic. I'm on
I'm like,
mic.
do I need another cohort?
I'll just throw in one word.
Yeah.
I've also learned to be content.
It's so
I'm
hard.
practicing contentment. I'm not perfect. I'm not all the way there.
Yeah.
I'm not all the way there. But because we are different, our journeys are so different. Eric has the car that I want or I like, I've admired since I was a child, but I know I can't get it now. I have to be okay with what I have now. Because then now the societal pressure, negative impacts of it, you have guys now who will go and get it because I'll go and get it because Eric has.
Yeah.
But my means, probably me, would be, hope, please give me a soft loan. Mwangi, give me a soft loan. Jujitsu, give me ni. So yes, I'll pull up with the whip.
Yeah.
But
at what cost?
at what cost?
Yeah.
After whatever number of days, he said, hey, wait, Edgar, is that? See my money.
Yeah.
I'm there, I'm like, I know I don't have the money. So fine, he's seen me, we've matched each other.
Yeah.
But life has to move on. You know, he's seen the new toy, like, oh my God, congratulations. Now let's talk about other things. But now I'm indebted to all of you, and I have nowhere to go.
Oh, wow. Interesting.
And just listening to you talk also, you not put it in one word, but you've described a lot in terms of your contentment or acceptance of, where you are, your communication, those kind of things. I think it all comes from authenticity also. Just simply being authentic. Like, this is what we can do, and it is what it is.
It is what it
is.
Yeah, like
At the end of the day, it is
I think
what
that's
it is.
a big thing that also misses, and
Yeah.
that's how also the pressure really gets to you. If you're authentic, you're able to receive the pressure and just you can take it because you realize it's not, you can't take it all if you're being authentic with yourself also, so I think that for me, I guess, is also a big thing that helps. Like, this is a situation as it is. It's not going to be like this forever. And we deal with it as it is. So authenticity helps now with the better communication, with creating the plan of, even when you see that car, like, why do I want that car? Is it because this person has it? I've always wanted it. Maybe so it helps you really connect to even yourself. And then now when you're able to connect better with yourself, you're even better able to show up in these spaces that are demanding a lot from you.
Yeah.
So
Wow.
thanks for sharing. Yeah.
Umesema mambo mingi. What I'm realizing is we don't have enough time for this conversation.
Yeah.
But what about now coping mechanisms? Because we've talked about the pressures, we've talked about our experiences, but now as a therapist, what are some of sorry, as Mwangi,
That was me, man.
I'm sorry, as Mwangi.
I'm not a therapist to you guys listening. I'm a therapist to my clients.
You can be his client.
Yeah, so yeah.
Sorry, as Mwangi,
Yes.
like what are some of the coping mechanisms that you share with people to be able to show up more authentically, to learn how to be content, to communicate better, and just to improve now their mental state where they are, to be able to withstand the pressures? Because pressure won't stop, unfortunately.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm a big advocate for presence, being mindful and present in whatever situation you're in.
Yeah.
I'm so pro mindfulness. Like I sing it. I'm always like trying to be mindful every moment. So for me, that's something I try to practice a lot with my clients and try to help them practice day to day. That's a big help. It's been helpful for me. Something that I've gotten into this year as part of mindfulness, something that's complementing that is breath work. I'm noticing my breath. I'm working with my breath as a tool to regulate myself in different moments, in different scenarios. That's been very helpful, and not like complex stuff, just small breathing and counting for yourself as you breathe. Can add an affirmation there. Those help. Definitely. Mindfulness, breathwork. Finding community, finding people who are safe to be around, people who inspire you. I think community is so important to have, and not community as a distraction also, because again, I'm advocating for presence. So don't just join this community because you're bored or you have too much free time. Like, why are you showing up for this into this space? Is it alignment of values? Is it shared interests? Is it there's something? Be clear on your why you're doing this thing. So those are a few things. Of course, different things work for different people. So I can't like give you a one solution fixes all. But those are three things that I feel work for me, and I advocate for among many of the people that I work with and just interact with on a day-to-day, not only my clients.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, question to all of you. You can still contribute to the
What coping mechanisms really
but
work
just
for
to
you
add
guys?
a layer, what are some of the coping mechanisms that you're seeing people picking up that they should not, that are more harmful than they are beneficial to them?
Binge drinking.
Binge drinking.
Binge drinking. Yeah, it's a big one. Or then add drugs there as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hey,
So binge drinking.
wait.
It's wild. It's wild out here, man. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, definitely those two. I don't know, ChatGPT, talking to chat. For me, I think it's something I've also clocked. Yeah,
Elaborate.
damn.
Like as a therapist, as a
as a therapist, as a friend, as a people.
By the way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying it's a bad thing, because we've not explored it enough.
Okay.
I'm still curious to see how that develops.
Yeah.
But I'm curious about it because, sometimes I'm afraid, this is my fear, that we'll start to put the expectations, like we'll start expecting ChatGPT kind of responses, and in terms of communication, in terms of timing, from human beings.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, we're human. We're not
hadn't
able
clocked that one.
we're not able to, we're not able to keep up with a machine. As much as we're like, they'll never get to us, they'll never take our jobs.
Yeah.
They're doing some things more effectively than us, these machines.
Yeah.
So it's, that's something I've also observed, and I'm just curious about. A lot of my clients tell me, I talked to the chat about this, and this is what chat told me, and we discussed that, we work with it. Because again, chat isn't lying to you or misleading you, but it's also, how you're using it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That's actually a good one.
So,
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Among others.
Wow.
Yeah.
I think for me, another one is you did it. I also do it. Is isolation. Isolation. Yeah. The more you sit in your problems, it's like the worse it gets. Yeah, it's like the worse it gets.
Yeah.
So what you're saying, being intentional about community, because if you say you have community, you need to be comfortable to come to them
As you are.
as you are, exactly. So this isolation, and there's something we're seeing a lot, especially with our generation, is this individualism. it's taking away from community. And I saw someone with a tweet the other day. Can someone bring back just showing up and announce to someone's house, we just have tea, like that kind of thing of like, I'm here for you.
Yeah.
Yes.
True.
At any point, at any time, I'm here for you. If I don't have the capacity, I'll voice it out. But regardless, I'm here for you.
Yeah. True.
Yeah. So for me,
more of that.
isolation.
My take on isolation, on individualism,
Yes.
is, I think it's a society thing again. There's some people who gather the guts to then like express self, but then they're shamed.
Okay.
So the moment you just uncover yourself like this, and guys are like, what the hell is wrong with you? So what do?
Go back.
You go back and cover. And again, this is from people sometimes even leave strangers out there on social media. Just, it could be your family, it could be family and or friends.
Yeah.
And we keep talking about, like, for example, like mental health in general. So someone unfortunately dies by suicide, right? As people are dealing with the shock of, a lot of things that happen parallel to that are men should talk more, right? But then I ask, are there spaces for those men to talk? Because there's some people who have left a trail of talk, and they were shamed for it. They were belittled, they were demeaned, they were disrespected. So we can't have it both ways. We something, I think, has to give for the other one to thrive. So if we want more men to talk, then we need safe spaces, and safe spaces have people. Because I can go to nature, and which is another good coping mechanism, to sort of dive into. But after the isolation in nature alone, I then have to come back to real life, where I have to interact with you guys. So I would like that out of the four of you, if two can give me that, I can put myself together and be like, I can keep doing life. So something has to give for the other to thrive. And I feel like the individualism is not because people want it, it's you sort of even forced into it. And then there's this other thing where people talk about but I don't want to go to Eric because I think Eric has too much on his plate. He's so busy, he probably has like 5 shoots this week in 2 days, and so I'm like, he has so much on his plate, so you know what, let me isolate, let me figure my stuff out. Probably by the time Eric is finding out what is going on with me, it's now from a place of hope has called him and is like, have you heard about Edgar?
Yeah.
And he's like, but I didn't know. Or I was with him the other day and he was performative. He was smiling like everything was.
Okay.
So that's the realities that I think we have to first throw on the table, address, and then now figure how now we can pull in community, because we can talk about it, but we have to be intentional about now literally forming these communities.
Okay. Now we'll end with that.
Add to that?
Yeah, add with that.
I think also, and maybe you could correct me if I'm wrong, but men and women deal with things differently. For some of us men, us coming together, we sit down, we talk about the thing, does nothing. Sometimes we want to do, let's go and do something together that will distract us for a bit. And then somewhere in there, we will have a conversation
About the thing.
and then go back to
The
What you are
distraction.
doing.
what we were doing,
yeah.
the distraction or the activity. And I think this thing for people should just talk sometimes doesn't help. And so let's go deeper and find how can I help you best versus do this thing that everyone else does that helps them, that's not working for you.
Okay.
It's the thing for women do face-to-face, men do side-by-side.
Yeah. So how I agree and I hear you. And I think
I
even
have
from
nothing to correct.
nothing to even from the episode for Father's Day, I think the same was brought up. And for me the question was just, in those spaces where you've gone to do something, then the conversation comes up and then you continue doing whatever it is you are doing. When the conversation has come up, has the person benefited from that conversation? That's like, for me, that was the question. So it's not to be answered, it's just question mark. But as you've said, we need to go deeper. So now, as men in the room, because as I mentioned, this conversation can keep going.
Yeah.
How can we create safer spaces for men from your perspective, because you have the lived experiences? So what are some of the things that you're seeing are maybe a gap, or that we can improve on to create safer spaces for men? If it's you need to talk, how do we create that for you? You say that maybe it's not talk. So yeah.
Me, teacher.
There are 2 hands up.
One word: curiosity.
Elaborate.
So let me use the example Eric gave.
Okay.
Eric is going through a tough time.
Yeah.
Probably has made me aware of a bit of it, or we've scratched the surface. So we'll, let's say, do an activity that I know is comfortable for him, because then his shoulders will go down.
Yeah.
But I have to be curious to know what that looks like, or maybe because our friendship is set up, I maybe have an idea. So I can say, hey, I would like to propose this activity for us, such a day. So because it's an activity that he likes, the two reactions. He could already just light up and say yes, or he deep down, I know he wants it, but he's also still struggling. So now it's for me to sort of just convince him. Then in the course of a conversation, the course of the activity, now we get into the conversation. So as he's sort of telling me a little bit more about what he's struggling with, now my curiosity comes in with where I ask more questions. But I have to ask the questions in a way that invites him to keep the conversation going.
Okay.
So that's where the curiosity comes in, because now I'll be like, tell me a little bit more about that. So it's just wording.
Okay.
Tell me about that. How does that look like for you? What are the thoughts that go through your mind? What are the feelings that you experience? How does it, what does your daily life while battling this look like?
Okay. Okay.
Fair.
Okay, I like that.
Wait, another hand up.
Oh yeah, Eric, your hand is up.
I was going to say listen.
Yeah.
Okay.
And specifically for the women who want to be a safe space for men, it's not suffering Olympics. When I tell you something that I have gone through, you don't have to one-up me with the thing that you've gone through that's worse or whatever. Just if I'm sharing, listen, and that keeps you as a safe space rather than disqualifies you going forward.
So it's a game.
It's a game.
I hear, for real, I hear. Yeah. Listening is very important.
I like that.
Yeah, it's really a combination of those two things. You don't need a lot. I'm pro simplicity also.
Yeah.
Because again, and listening, it's more than just this, also with our eyes observing, just so which you talked about you talked about listening, you talked about curiosity.
Yes.
And that's, again, those things, they complement each other. The curiosity, the listening, because when you have curiosity and you're listening, you even know what questions to ask, when to ask, how to ask. And then now to add, not to just say to echo, not just to echo, but maybe to add also just practicing like patience and presence, in a sense where like even when we're talking about this thing, let's not be afraid to stay there. Not that we just talk about it and it's talked about. That thing you asked of, does this person benefit?
Yeah.
Oh yes.
We don't know. Well, we have to stay there until they
Then
show us or tell us that it's been helpful.
Yeah.
So that thing of just being present, just staying there, staying in that uncomfortableness, that discomfort, because it's not comfortable for the person sharing, it's not comfortable for the person listening. We can agree we're both uncomfortable, but we're here to support each other, we're here to be here for each other. So even in this discomfort, as we're going through this difficult thing, like let's stay there for a bit, let's pause, let's slow down. I'm very pro slowing down. Slow. We're moving too fast these days. Like too fast. That you feel like you're doing a lot, but we're not doing much. Impact isn't there.
very
so
little,
I'm all about so curiosity, listening, presence, slowing down, pausing. So that's what I think is helpful.
I think the thing of patience and staying, that one, because sometimes you're just listening to, okay, fine,
Yeah.
ahead the
Mark
next.
box that
Exactly.
I was there.
Yeah,
did that
I was
for you.
there, by the way.
And I need to go to the next thing.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I think for me, please, mine is general. I'm just adding. Musisemati. Yeah, I'm just adding.
As a human.
As a human, I was listening to a podcast yesterday, and there was someone who was talking about how sometimes you have this, because many times it's performance based. Like, I want to be seen that I'm doing, that I'm here, that I'm that, and they said being seen doesn't mean you're doing it. So we need to resist the need to be seen, and just keep going. Whatever you're doing, keep putting in the effort. Resist the need to be seen.
As a
Yeah,
fellow
or the
human,
urge.
I approve.
Hey,
I approve. As a fellow human, I approve.
you approve?
Yeah. Because
Okay.
it's true. A lot of guys do that. Want to be seen.
Yeah.
But then it serves them. Doesn't serve the person who is going through whatever they're going through.
Needs to be seen.
Yeah.
Does it
But I
really
think
serve
it's
them?
for
I feel like it serves the people who are seeing, who you think are seeing you.
I think it's seeking for validation.
Imechanganya?
Yeah, she's done a thing there.
Like, okay. You
Then
see
a
how
tongue
they
twister.
say that, especially like, let's say social media,
Yes.
that we only show you what we want you to see.
Yes.
So yeah, it serves you, but then at the end of the day, you ask yourself, who are you performing for? The audience.
The audience, yes.
Yeah. So it serves them
people
more than it
seeing
serves
you.
you. Yeah, the people seeing you.
So being seen, because me, I
Yeah.
think it's a natural human instinct to
It
want
is.
to be seen.
Yes.
Everybody wants to be seen.
Yeah.
From a small baby to an old mzee, everyone wants
Yes.
to be seen.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't resist the urge myself. I would actually work on seeing people. That's what I think. Let's
be
see
mutually
people.
beneficial.
Yeah, let's see each
I
other.
see you see me.
Exactly.
Okay,
Let's
okay.
see each other, because everybody has that desire.
Yeah.
And and that's what I was saying.
Bad.
Listen with also this.
With your eyes as well.
That body language thing also is
Yeah.
so important.
Okay.
So there's the seeing, but also just you can show discomfort, but they're like, okay, this is uncomfortable, but you know what? I'm hearing what you're saying, and I'm taking it in, so bear with me, sort of thing, for example. But then there are guys who, like, you literally telling them your version of your crisis, and they're wondering, they're picking up, they're replying to a text.
They're not there.
They're like, they're trying to look at this phone call that's coming. They have this email that they really need to reply, and I'm like, but are you here or are you there? So I think it's if you say you want to be there, you have to be so intentional, and then when you're there, I think I like the eye contact thing you're saying.
Yeah.
So sit, be present. And as you're receiving this person's story, I think the words you use, especially when you're feeling uncomfortable, because at some point you get uncomfortable. And I'm saying, like, there's me on the receiving end.
Yeah.
I can only imagine it for the person who's sharing, as you're saying. Their discomfort is here.
Yeah.
But the expectation you also shouldn't have is you have to have an answer. I just want, like, for example, can I just first let it out?
Yeah.
Let me first let it out. Answers later, and then as I'm receiving, it's just maintain eye contact.
Yeah.
Sit still. Don't be bouncy and stuff. Or maybe if your way of listening maybe is you like to pace.
Fidget.
So tell the person,
Okay.
as I fidget,
Yeah.
I'm with you. It's just
Okay.
that this is how I
Internalize,
receive.
yeah.
I internalize stuff. This is how I
Okay.
process. So they are also not like, oh man, because what happens is when you notice the other person is either doing an
They're
action,
not with you.
Yeah. They're not
they're not
present.
with you.
Present.
Yeah.
You start looking at it as, oh man, am I doing something wrong?
Yeah.
Stop.
Am I
Like,
oversharing?
am I oversharing? Should I stop?
Yeah.
And when you use also certain words, the same response that you now have inside you. So I'd say it's practicing what that, but also being responsible. Yes, be responsible.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Now, to wrap it up, those are very good takes. I think my curiosity it's done what it needed to do. Yeah.
Nice. Good job.
It's done what it
Thanks
needed
for
to do.
listening.
Yeah. I've learned a lot about like how you internalize information and also how you communicate. Now just to sum it up, I was just thinking about, gosh, you said something. What was I thinking about? It was so important.
It's right there. Take your
Oh,
time.
yes,
no
yes,
rush.
yes. I was just thinking about, you see many a times when we're in spaces, let me just use like if you've gone out, for example, and it's a man and his friend, and you notice, okay, this person is drinking a bit too much, or this person disappeared, and then we do this thing, anakwanga hivyo. Yeah, so for me, wrapping it up, I just want to say that I don't think that is a good solution. Sometimes, and especially if you're a friend, it's very good to note how people behave, their patterns, to be in tune with them so that you're able to know, they're a bit off. And especially when it comes to things like substance abuse, drug and alcohol abuse, which we are seeing more commonly.
Yes.
Please be very keen, because there are very many people who are masking their problems in the name of coping using these things.
And social media.
And
So
social media as well, yeah. And many a times it doesn't end well. Yeah, so that thing for anakwanga hivyo, I think we need to just reduce how we are using that.
Curiosity helps.
Oh yeah. Be
Mbona
curious.
ako hivyo?
Yeah, be curious.
You know,
Yeah.
Yeah, anakuanga hivyo. Yeah, that's a phrase that's very common.
Yeah.
Commonly used.
And I'm
I
sorry to
feel
say,
like-
but especially in male friendships.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And I think maybe to add to the drinking,
Yeah.
substance abuse generally, adding how like your male friend interacts with women
Okay.
in front of you as a guy, and then let's say another babe comes and says, "Hey man, your boy is acting up or is really and is moving. Boy is moving mad."
Okay.
Then now my response is, anakuanga hivyo.
Okay. Yeah.
So it's there are layers to it about maybe why.
Yeah.
For example, if it's me, why I've said anakuanga hivyo. Sometimes it's maybe it's a behavior I've noted, but I don't know how to address genuinely. Like I don't know how to address. It's just that now there's another casualty. You know, if it's between me and my boy, we have thresholds, we have tolerance levels.
Yes.
But now when we add another person to it, it becomes difficult because you know you're equally responsible. To be honest, you're equally responsible for your friend's behavior. But now me, I talk like for myself. For example, growing up, I was not taught how to handle that sort of thing. So there's an expectation to be able to check your boy, right? But then I don't know how to do it. Now let's add another layer to it. Let's say my boy is a 6'4" buff guy who his language is aggressive. You have witnessed a couple of fights. How am I going to talk to him? And I know he might threaten my. It doesn't excuse the behavior that he's exercised with now. The babe who's sort of now made me aware of what's going on. So, but nonetheless, bottom line for me is something needs to be done.
Yeah.
So the what and the how is what we need to figure out, because what then tends to happen is the 6'4" buff guy keeps getting away with it.
Yeah.
They keep getting away with it, and they're adding more and more casualties to that list, and that's wrong. Something needs to be figured out there yet. So I don't have what's it called? I don't have a straight line answer to it. I think maybe it's like situation to situation, but nonetheless, I think there should be ways of holding your boy
Accountability.
accountable.
Hey. It's too. I know we're in November, but that example or question you've raised is actually so present for me currently. Two things for me, I'd say. Number one, it's we are responsible for each other.
Yeah.
That's very important. Your friends are a reflection of who you are. But on top of that, this person, let's say, so anakuanga hivyo, si ndio? You've accepted that, and for me I think that's a first step of just dealing with this person. Like, this is how this person is. Then we talk about the curiosity you mentioned. Bring that in. Mbona ako hivyo, you know, like try to understand this person also and where they're coming from, why they're behaving in a certain way. Of course it's a way that needs to be corrected for their own benefit as much as yours. So also now looking at, first of all, what effect is also this thing taking on them, because this guy, he's the number of girls who will be comfortable around him, it will decline if you don't do anything about it. True. He will notice, he will feel it, and he might go into that bad behavior, bad binge drinking even more severely. But so sometimes people are told that they'll hit rock bottom and then figure it out, but it doesn't have to be the case for everyone. So for me, I usually say we use the crisis in that moment. Me, actually, I don't waste time. When somebody brings up those things, let's do it when it's hot, because talking about it tomorrow or next week, it's not really, the conversation won't be as felt, because I think emotions also play a big part in memory, how we remember things.
Yes.
So if the emotions are hot in that moment, let's use that moment so that also whatever is being said can stick. But again, also giving that grace of change doesn't happen like this. Just because we talked about it today, you won't change like this, you know. So that element of anakwanga hivo, it gives a bit of grace, but at the same time you have to address mbona ako hivo, like what can we do to change that. It's like you have to balance both sides. So for me, that's I think where I'm coming from. You use the crisis, use the challenge, but also understand that change is a process, and people have different ways of getting to the change they need to get to. But being there for that person, because again, this person needs a friend. Because if they don't have, and a good friend at that, because if they don't have you, then they will continue to get worse. So take that responsibility and be that person.
Okay.
That's me.
Eric?
I was going to say something similar.
Something
Echo.
similar.
I was going to echo.
My colleague.
As a fellow human. My colleague. I think it's just if you build a community and friendships where you can have hard conversations, you avoid a lot of these things. Because I know Edgar will tell me when I'm messing up. And he doesn't have to be afraid that I'll beat him up. He'll know that he can tell me because he is my friend. And so just continuing to be intentional, present, curious, continue echoing
your colleagues.
Just face that.
Exactly. Or wacha kuwa hivyo.
Or why did you, I think maybe a way of de-escalating the 6'4" guys. So you did this. Why did you do it?
The curiosity
How
now.
did it make you feel?
And how did it make you feel doing that? Are you aware of what you've done?
proud?
Are you proud of yourself? So you saw it, throw it back there, but you're like, I'm here, I'm your friend. And but I have to do what I'm doing right now, which is why did you do what you do? You know, stuff like that.
And I
So,
think we all want to be loved, we all want to be accepted,
Yes.
and we don't all want to be feared except for some other guy over there.
I know.
Yes. Hallelujah.
Some other guy.
But even deep down, everyone wants to be loved and not feared.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
that is my parting shot.
Thank you so much, guys.
Cheers, guys.
November. Hey, the camera is here. November is Men's Health Awareness. Jojo, you looking at me like that?
Talk to this camera.
See? Okay. So this has been a lovely conversation. And we could go on. Now, I feel like I say this for every conversation that
but this
we'll
one
need
is
to
for real,
continue.
for real.
But this one for real,
I'm
especially
happy
because I don't have that perspective. So it's very nice to hear from now you guys. And thank you very much for being open and vulnerable to share your experiences. Do you guys want to be found?
Yeah. I don't mind.
Plug yourself.
On Instagram at JamlekJJ. On TikTok at JamlekJJ.
Okay, I'll put the handles.
Yes.
For me, it's at Duara Wellness, duarawellness.com. Duara Wellness. That's me.
Eric, behind the camera, do you want to be found?
At excellence.jpg.
Sawa. We'll put them all here.
Nice.
So unless there's a parting shot, this has been a great conversation to kick off November. And this is just advocating to the men in the room that your mental health is actually very important. So I hope you've picked a thing or two from this conversation. And we'll also tag the conversation we had with fathers, because I think there were also insights from that conversation. So with that, I think we'll call it a wrap.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.